No doubt about it, spring has sprung here at Deep South Texas. The weather is just great. The nights are in the 60s, low 60s, and the days are in the high 70s and low 80s. It is just a beautiful time to be in the garden. And the plants are loving it too. Tomatoes, oh, they look wonderful. The dill couldn't look better. There are so many things to look at today. Let's take a look. Hi y'all, this is Larry at Deep South Texas. It's March 2nd and the garden is looking great. I hope you enjoy this garden tour. It doesn't get much better than this in the garden here at Deep South Texas. Well, let's take a look at the tomatoes first. They're doing wonderful. Here are the Biltmore tomatoes. They were planted into the garden 1 month ago. And they look wonderful. I planted the seeds. I started the seeds inside 2 months ago. And then a month ago I moved them out to the garden and they look great. And these are the celebrities. And next to them, a couple of Cherokee purples. Looking nice. Some of the tomatoes have started flowering. I don't see any tomatoes yet though. And here are the beefsteak tomatoes. Again, all these tomatoes were planted into the garden a month ago, and the seed was started 2 months ago. While I don't have any tomatoes yet, amazingly, I do have cucumbers and peppers, at least a few of them. Yes. The cucumber plants, there's 3 of them here, are doing great, climbing their way up the trellis, finding things to hook onto along the way. As for peppers, here's my first Marconi. And there are several nice jalapenos coming on. And here's a New Mexican hot pepper. These plants will get on hundreds and hundreds of these. I hope to use these for hot sauce this year. And I think I've got 10 of these planted in this bed, so we're going to have a lot of peppers here. I haven't seen any Sugar Rush peach peppers yet, but I have 2 plants of those, and the plants look pretty good. And I have half a dozen Anaheims planted, and so far just 1 small pepper. No yellow bell peppers or California wonder peppers. Those are both bell peppers, but again, the plants look pretty healthy. So I had the cups that I took the peppers out of and had them in the garden to show me what was what, and I finally got some sticks and labeled what I have planted in the garden. So I have had plastic ones in the past, but they never hold up for the whole summer. The ink just fades away. So I'm trying these. I've got them on wood, and we'll see how they do. We've harvested two small cabbages this year, and still have about 8 more growing. The early Jersey Wakefield have come along a lot faster. The Dutch cabbages are a little bit slower, but they're going to make it okay. Most of the broccoli has been, the initial harvest is done, and now they're putting on lots of little sprouts, and we'll continue to harvest those until I need the space for my cowpeas, and that maybe another month they can stay here, and we'll continue to harvest these broccoli sprouts. We'll get 2 or 3 more meals off of these. The pineapples suffered a little bit during the freeze we had. A lot of the leaves turned brown. I tried to get those clipped off. The plants are still alive, but obviously they've been set back quite a bit. A couple times a week my wife comes out and harvests a large bunch of carrots, but it hardly looks like she's touching the carrot patch, so we'll have carrots for quite a bit longer. And here's the garden watchdogging it. This is Bailey. Warming up in the sun, I think. So I've taken out the peas from this trellis and put in Blue Lake pole beans, and looks like they've all come up and are looking pretty good. And here are some onions. We purchased some onion plants from the big box store. I think these are 10-15 onions. They are looking really nice, really nice. And here are the onions I planted from seed. They're doing okay, but they're not keeping up with the 10-15s. I think maybe they don't get quite as much sun, but we'll see how they do here. Leeks are looking pretty healthy. And some of the onion sets I had that were too small to do anything with from last year, I plunked them in here, and a couple of them have gone to seed, so we'll collect some seed off of those. The majority of these were red onions, and so I haven't had any red onion seeds, so we'll see how that does. And we got a couple rows of shallots here. They seem to be happy, waiting to see if they bulb up. The potatoes are looking very, very happy here in the shadier part of the garden. These are red Norlands here. And this bed has Kennebec. And the third bed is Yukon Gold. Now all 3 of these beds of tomatoes have at least 3 potatoes growing on the end that are russets that started, russets that were bought at the grocery store that started growing sprouts. So we plugged some in the garden to see how they do. I haven't had much luck doing that in the past, but this year they're looking pretty good. The navel orange tree is in full bloom, which is really good because we don't really have any threat of cold weather going forward. We should have a pretty nice crop of navel oranges this year. Looking forward to that. And the Meyer lemon tree out by the chicken coop is also in full bloom. So we're barely able to deal with all the lemons that we grew last year. This year looks like it's even going to be better. And the Texas mountain laurel is in bloom as well. Yeah, it looks like spring here at Deep South Texas. And we have a couple birds of paradise in bloom as well. Such pretty flowers. Well, the garden just doesn't get any nicer than it is here at Deep South Texas in March. Everything is beautiful, it's not too hot, they're getting enough water, and it's all growing. We'll be harvesting tomatoes before long. We'll have a couple of cucumbers we can eat. We could pick those right now. We have cabbages we're harvesting. We're harvesting the last of the broccoli, and onions are growing. They're looking good, and potatoes, you know, in a month or two we'll probably be able to harvest some potatoes. The next thing to be planted will be cowpeas, and that for me this year is going to be pink-eyed purple hull peas, and we're going to plant those where the cabbages and the broccoli are behind me here, and so they can grow up the trellis. Really an exciting time. And it will be from now until the 1st of May. Around the 1st of May it starts getting pretty hot. The tomatoes and peppers start getting stressed out, and but that's the way it is down here. It'll be a little bit later for you probably, but you could have all of this to look forward to in your garden in the not too distant future. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it that thumbs up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.